Right YouTube, today I'm going to do some work on the Honda for the first time. Let's see if it's any easier than working on the E46. Probably not. So the plan today is coolant change. Got myself a funnel for that. Oil change. Gearbox oil change, and then yeah, just the oil filter and the air filter. Got myself a handy little tool for undoing the oil filter. Don't know whether that's needed or not, but I might as well. So the ramps I've got were absolutely useless with this because it's so low at the front. So this is what I've had to do, just gradual step increases with these bits of wood. It's not as high as I'd like it to be, but I'm going to see if I can reach what I need to just start high off the ground. So there's the under tray off, or both of them. I've got this little metal one first, which is just a few 10mm bolts. Came off nice and easy. Big plastic tray, which I'll show you in a second, is a bit of a pain in the ass. First bolt, which was up where the front bumper meets it, that's sheared. So from then on I sprayed them all with penetrant, and just sort of kept going back and forwards, clockwise, anti-clockwise, trying to loosen them up, and the rest are alright. Strangely, two were kind of almost like between 10 and 11mm bolts, so I had to just hammer on a 10mm socket and they came undone. You kind of got a mixture of these little plastic clips and 10mm bolts. Clips, you just use a pair of screwdrivers to lever it out enough until I can grab it with a needle nose pliers. So there's the big plastic under tray. And as you can see, I've put it up on axle stands now. I jacked it from. I had to get it up the wheels pretty high on wood before I could even get the jack in, because you have to go really far in. Where's my hand? There it is. So I think that's the correct place for jacking it up in the centre. So yeah, just chuck my axle stands in on the side. I think I can see the oil filter up there. That black thing there, black with wash on it. And there's the drain for the oil. Got the drain for the radiator. Need to see how I can get the coolant tank out, or whether I just clean it where it is, I don't know. I'll have to see how I get on. So I think my old oil filter was done up by fucking He-Man or something, but I finally managed to get it undone. It's quite tricky to get the tool, that silver bit on the end, on squarely. So in the end I managed to get it up on, get it sort of halfway on. And I was holding it, trying to turn the filter by hand with a spanner on the end of it, so a bit of spanner and a bit of arm action, and it started to undo then, but yeah, it was really reluctant to undo. So I've just put a little cloth over the drive shaft. You can just see it running down the cloth. Try not to get everything too grubby down there. So that's I'll undo it a little bit more now, see if any more comes out, and then I'll move on to draining the sump. So there's the tail end of the engine oil coming out. I'll do what I usually do and try and measure the amount that came out so I can put the same amount in. Probably the safest thing to do. Just got some paper towel up there while the oil filter's off. I'll put that on at some point soon. Just got to figure out how to get the little coolant tank out, so I can drain that. Be changing the washer as per normal. You see the old one came away with its rubber seal. It's probably, would imagine you got to check that it hasn't left it behind when you go and put the new one on. I don't know, maybe it always comes out with the filter. So I've decided I'm not going to take out the little coolant tank down there. It seems like a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm going to have to remove the battery or try and remove the air ducts below it if I want to take it straight down. So what I'm going to do, is probably cheating a bit, is just use a syringe with a big length of hose. I'm just going to siphon out what's in there, maybe send some new stuff in there and then siphon it out again. So I've chosen not to drain the engine block, but you may want to do that. So bolts back in, new washer, and then my oil filters in. Definitely recommend one of these tools. This is an option on Cox Motor Parts, I think it's called. Yeah, Cox's Motor Parts. That's where I bought all my gear from to do this service. And you can buy that. Works really well with the filters you get from there. But the one I took off, the Bosch one, it was a really tight fit. It made it really difficult to get off. But definitely works well with these blue, I think they're Honda ones. So I'm going to measure that oil up to see how much I need to put back in. So I'll just get the radiator drain in while I'm off, measuring how much oil. Hopefully this blue thing's going to hold it all. Just come back out and check it's not overflowing. I would say about, I don't know, maybe 4 1/4 litres has come out. So coolant wise, we've probably got about 5 litres out. So I'll close the tap off again, I'll fill it up, and then I have to bleed the coolant. Right, time to get the gearbox oil out. I'm just taking off the fill bolt, which is a 17mm. You can see it there, the nice shiny threads. And then I've just undone the drain hole, which is, it's a square, I think it's a 3/18. It's the size of your average wrench or ratchet, if I can reach it. It's just the size of one of these. So I've just cracked that. So I'll take that off now, drain that, and then I can change the air filter while that's draining. And then I can bleed the coolant. Air filter's nice and easy. Clip there, and a clip there. And then you just slide it out of these two, so you lift it up and it just slots out there. This one's nice and clean, so they must have actually done that before I bought the car. So I'm going to put that back in. So this is what I'm going to be using to fill the gearbox oil up. Not sure how much it holds, probably about a litre. Just flush it through with some new oil. So that's me all done for the day. Pretty hot and sweaty now. So took quite a few hours. A few pain in the ass things with some clips and a few of the little bolts that hold the cover at the bottom sheared. And then trying to get that oil filter off. Coolant, I went through the bleed procedure I saw online because I can't get a Haynes manual or anything for this car. Fan didn't come on at all, so I don't know, I was running for about 20 minutes. So let's keep checking it, see if it goes or see if it stays at the right level. The heaters were heating up alright in the car. I might have to try and make myself something, just like incremental steps that I can use to drive up on, so I can get my trolley jack underneath in the middle to jack it up. It's probably an easier way, but I'm kind of used to how I do it on the Beamer. So you'll have to ignore the screaming demon child in the background. It's not mine. So I've come out the next day. The radiator level is still where I left it, and the coolant tank had dropped to min from halfway between min and max, so I've just topped that up just below max. One of these torches is pretty useful to get for checking the level, so you can just, it's quite thin, you can just drop it down there. Probably still won't be able to see that well, but yeah, you can see the level with a torch like that. So I'll just probably leave that in the boot like I've done with most cars. Some oil and coolant. Actually looking quite tidy for once, only because it's new. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. I'm off to have a couple of really cold beers. Alright, cheers for watching, bye.